Warning, the podcast you're about to hear has a unique conservative perspective and may be politically incorrect, containing some controversy in its message. This episode may speak out against liberalism, socialism, the dark state, and religious organizations. It is possible that evil in politics, education, law, society, and religion will be discussed and exposed. However, we believe this podcast adds truth and value to a mature, disenfranchised audience who may be tired of apostate religions and wicked world systems. Listeners who are easily offended, overly sensitive, or have progressive leanings sympathetic to the topics we expose should be forewarned not to listen any further. We thank both those who choose to listen as well as those who choose not to listen. You've been warned. And now, let us get on with the show.
Welcome. It is December 2nd, 2020, Freedom Friday Hour on the KAPOW radio show. You know, last week there was a monolith, a three-sided, looked like sheet metal monolith, like a obelisk, appeared in a remote part of the Utah desert. And I saw this in the local paper, in the Spectrum out of Utah, and I went, what is that? The story goes that there was some the Bureau of Land Management people are out there. They're flying around in helicopters. Where'd that come from? And they're looking for and counting bighorn sheep. And as they go past a certain remote area, one of the guys sees something and goes, that doesn't look right. And they circle around and they find this thing out in the middle of the desert, remote area, and it's a monolith. So you've probably heard about this by now, I'm sure. I mean, it's everywhere. But anyway, if you haven't, I want to show you a couple of pictures. So first thing I did, is I kind of started looking at the pictures there, and I could see rivets. Clearly there was rivets on this structure, and it definitely looked man-made. Who else is going to make it? So unless aliens use rivet guns and, things like that, I don't know. A lot of speculation, of course, all over the place. And so, some sleuths got on Google Earth, and they were able to pinpoint the location and went out there. Now, this is Bureau of Land Management. It's public lands, overseen by the government. And they did go out there, so a lot of other people took pictures and do whatever they do, when they discover stuff like this. And so starting to get a lot of publicity, obviously. And I think that the BLM would not want all those people out there. To them, it's trash in the desert. It's something that shouldn't have been there. And their statement was, it's not okay to put anything here, whether alien species or not. Now, a few people, and they haven't really cinched this down, but they believe it may have been a leftover prop from a filming of Westworld back in 2015 or 2016. So it looks like it's been there at least that long, for 4 or 5 years out in the desert, and that it was just left over. It seems to me that might be kind of easy to pinpoint, but not really. So who knows? Of course, other people speculated it's an upcoming movie and it's a stunt. What was weird is that as soon as it came up and people started discovering it, within a week it disappeared, mysteriously disappeared. And then today I read there was some guy out there and he was taking pictures, and he's a professional photographer he does that for a living. And he saw 4 guys drive up in a truck and they started dismantling it like they were contracted to do so. And they basically tell him, you better take all your pictures now because it's going down. And this is why we don't leave trash in the desert and blah, blah, blah. And so they dismantle it. Now, the government, the BLM, has denied anything. They didn't take it down. They said, we don't do that. It's private property. We don't do that. No one's investigating, blah, blah, blah. And they probably didn't. What they probably did is they made a phone call and said, we're not going to take it down. Call somebody who will, and it'll be distance from us. And so, somebody goes out there and tears it down. Okay, then yesterday, another one appears in Romania. So the type of thing in Romania. So anyway, it looks like, who knows, could be a copycat or something. And then I saw where that one in Romania disappeared. So funny. When I first saw this thing, I looked up Space Odyssey 2001, Krubeck. Is that what it is? And I looked at it because that's what it reminded me of. And it reminded everybody else of that, too, of that monolith in that movie, Space Odyssey 2001. So I'm looking for clues, what could this mean or whatever. But, who knows? I think the thing that concerns me is this whole alien agenda. Right now everybody is just on edge and crazy with COVID and all the stuff that's going down. And so many people are just believing everything. They believe everything they see on the news, on Fox and CNN and on Facebook. And they believe it. They're like, oh, that's got to be true. And so I can't tell you how many people I've personally talked to that just can't wait to get the vaccine. And I had one of my lovely neighbors who's a beautiful person. I really like her. But she says she'll get the vaccine right away. And to those people like me who say, nah, I'm not going to do that, she says, the reason why I'm getting it is to protect myself from people like you. I get it. I see that point. I do see that point. I would just kind of hold back a little bit maybe and just see how many third eyes and weird things happen to people after they get injected with things that's going to change the DNA and RNA in the human body. I don't know. So anyway, people are gullible. They'll believe anything. It's amazing. So I think the thing that kind of concerns me is the next wave, maybe possibly the big alien agenda. I know it sounds stupid, but they've been pre-programming everybody for years, with this. So that's all. So I'm going to share these pictures with you in case you haven't seen them. You probably already have. If you have, you're like, okay, Paul, this is old news. Everybody else has done this all week long, and here you are. So forgive me. This one right here is the original BLM guys doing the land, looking for the bighorn sheep. They discovered it. So this is it out in the Utah desert. It's remote, but you could get out there with a car. They even said you didn't need four-wheel drive to actually get out there. You could do that. Here's Google Earth right here. If you can see this, this is the monolith, the structure right here, right there. I don't know how they even found it. It's amazing. These are the BLM guys, the helicopter pilots and stuff like that looking at it. You can kind of see that there's rivets here. See? There's rivets here. It's in the ground. It's not cemented, it's put in the ground. I'm not sure what that is. I think that could be the hole left. This is the one in Romania. This is the one in Romania. It has different writings and different things on it. It's kind of cool, kind of pretty. Let's see. There it is there. That's the Utah one. So it's all over the news. And this one is the Romanian one. I wouldn't even begin to pronounce the name of that city. Here's some aliens taking the monolith away. That's kind of cool. And then, let's see. Oh, here's the one from Space Odyssey right there. See, it's not quite a triangle type of structure, but it's a monolith that was put there. And there's a signal, and the signal goes to the moon. Basically, if you have never seen that movie, see it. It's crazy, Space Odyssey. And what it is basically about the human 2.0. Really, that's what it is. That humans were seeded here by another race, and then they evolved. And then once they get to a certain point of in their evolution, they didn't leave and then come back 2.0 or whatever, even better. And the movies like that. And of course, you can see what's going on today. Exactly what they would like to do to the human race. So anyway, on and on and on. I don't want to bore you to death. You could look it up. Just look up, Utah Monolith or just Monolith. When the day it first happened, I went to Wikipedia and looked up Monolith for the Space Odyssey one. And the story, the Utah story that just came out that morning was already on Wikipedia. So, who really knows? You can see the rivets here really close. Who really knows? It could be an upcoming movie, Space Odyssey, 2020, who knows? And it's just a publicity stunt. It could be, anybody doing some stuff, but definitely it appears there's humans who are dismantling it. Now, this is the State's Bureau of Land Management, BLM, in Utah. They said they did not remove the structure because it's considered private property. And they have a BLM statement that they posted on Facebook. Okay? So even they say in this article that it was a Space Odyssey-esque metal monolith. Mysteriously showed up and then it mysteriously disappeared. However, this guy was there, and here's the pictures of the aliens. This guy looks like an alien. There's an alien force. Those are alien shoes, and look at that alien hand. So this is definitely from outer space, so you better get your tinfoil hat on. I'm telling you. I guess this is all that's left was this weird little triangle thing or something. I don't know. I don't know why you'd leave anything behind, but this guy was Colorado adventure photographer. He's a professional. He was there Friday night, probably praying to the gods or whatever. I don't know, taking pictures. And he saw 4 men arrive and they dismantled it. And he documented the presence and then its absence on Instagram. He shared these images snapped by a friend, the men taking it down. Here's what he says, quote, 4 guys rounded the corner, 2 of them walked forward. They gave a couple of pushes on the monolith. One of them said, apparently to him, "You better have got your pictures." He then gave it a big push, and boom, it goes over. He yelled back to his other friends that they didn't need the tools. The other guy with him at the monolith then said, "This is why you don't leave trash in the desert." Almost like they may have known that it's from an old movie set or something. He says the men appeared to view the structure as an eyesore as they walked off with the pieces. One of them said, "Leave no trace." And then they carted it off in a wheelbarrow from outer space. All right. They say it was probably between 10 and 12 feet high. One of the things interesting, Mr. MB33, when he reported on this, he showed it on Google Earth, and he measured the shadow. And the shadow was 11 feet, 11 inches. It was 11. So that was interesting for me, being, Pleven. So anyway, one of the original founders of this thing had joked around that, that if it suddenly disappears, they better make a run for it. Okay, so anyway, there's a lot of joking around here. People found it. And they did say that the area had been used for a number of TV shows and movies like 127 Hours, Mission Impossible 2, classic westerns, blah, blah, blah. Now, you'd think that thing would have shown up in a movie, but maybe they didn't film it. Maybe they didn't use it. So anyway, and really that's all I have. It's kind of a weird deal. And but what I want to tell you is that right now, starting Wednesday, December 3rd through Sunday, December 6th, 6 days, free Kindle ebook, Demons in My Marriage Bed, also Eyes to See Unseen Enemies, free. Go on Amazon.com, type in Demons in My Marriage Bed, or type in Eyes to See Unseen Enemies, or go to our where is it? Let me find it again. Go to my author page. Let me share this again. Let me find that. Here we go. Go here on Amazon. This is my ugly mug here. These are the books here. So this is as today, they're still $2.99. But tomorrow for 6 days, they will be absolutely free, 000. This Eyes of Unseen Enemies and Demons in My Marriage Bed. So do yourself a favor, go there and pick one up for free. And we'll talk to you later. And God bless. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Good night. Went down to the steeple, saw the people there with empty stares and empty chairs. Oh, went down to the steeple, saw the empty people there. I said, yo man, where's all that talk about faith and grace? They said, get on out of here, son. You know, only RC could have preached it that way. He ain't here. RC's broke. No, he ain't here. RC's broke.
I went down to the river, watching them dip in the stream.